Taurus. Okay, so I have an important message for you, Taurus. There's somebody in your energy, a friend, a family member, a colleague, I don't know who, a love partner. Their energy is really affecting you at this time. And I know you're super strong and you have good boundaries and you're pretty aware of who's draining you and who's not and where you can put your time and where you shouldn't put your time. But I'm still seeing somebody's energy having an effect on you. It might even be manifesting physically for you. But I just finished trying to work through Capricorn's energy. Could be a Capricorn, doesn't have to be. But I could not get through Capricorn's energy and Capricorn's message. It was all knotted up, all tangled up. It just wasn't ready. And I found that strange because usually when I sit down, I'm guided to read for a certain sign. So I didn't know what was going on. Why can't I get through this energy? And then I was hearing Taurus. So it was like that whole experience of trying to get through another sign's reading was like a precursor for your reading, telling me that there's like another energy that you're dealing with that's really having a huge effect on you. Okay. And I just finished the last go with them, the last try I did for their message. I started talking about an abandonment wound. And then I just was like, I can't, this is not right. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this reading. So I just shut it down. And then I moved into your space. And the last card that I pulled out for you as I was sitting here meditating on your energy for your challenge was abandonment, which was just double confirmation for me that there is somebody else's wound or challenge showing up in your energy now as your challenge. So there's someone's challenge who's becoming your challenge. So this reading isn't necessarily saying you need to shut this person out or get rid of them entirely in what's going on with their energy, but it is to become conscious of how much it is actually showing up in your field. Okay, this isn't like, oh yeah, there's a person over here, my friend or my family member or my partner, and they're going through shit and I'm helping them out, but it's not really affecting me. No, it is. It is, because I'm seeing it in your energy. And if this isn't resonating with you, then it's just not your message. I'm seeing tears down here. I feel like you're holding a lot of weight. Okay? And one of the cards that showed up for you is Stargate Heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. This message is really important for you because at this time, your heart chakra is opening, meaning that there's an outpouring of beautiful, loving energy towards others, towards yourself. You're meant to be generous at this time, but not over-giving, okay? But generous. So while you're in this state of like heart chakra elevation or opening, leading from your heart, you have to be very aware of overextending that energy into places where it ultimately is a disservice to you or ends up hurting you. Because in your supportive position, I got whole heart, another heart card. Devote yourself to your endeavors without concern. Committing helps you grow. So while yes, you're meant to be generous with others, you're also meant to be generous with yourself. Okay? Commit yourself to what makes you grow. Don't let somebody else's challenge become your challenge. And perhaps you've done this in the past. You've really been there for people, supported them to your own detriment. And now's not one of those times to relive that cycle, okay? I feel like you've learned from that cycle. Or now's the chance to show yourself that you've learned from that cycle. The other cards I got for your supportive energy, resolve, protection, ancestors, and meditation. So I feel like you've been on a path to resolve some heart wounding that you've had and protect your heart while still knowing and having discernment about when you can be generous with it and open your heart. It's kind of a delicate balance. Okay, here's where I can give of my energy and come with love and abundance and help this person or be there for this person or share what I have. And then there's other times where I need to say, no, I can't do that. I shouldn't do that because I need to be over here working on myself, or this energy is becoming too consuming. Because I feel like for some of you, there's a person who's knowingly like leeching off your energy because they know how generous you are. For others of you, this person does not know, or it could be multiple people, but you're their quote unquote savior. I know that sounds, even as I say it, sounds so strong. Okay. But they're somebody who feels abandoned, or they're dealing with an abandonment wound, and you're the one that they go to. You put out your wing and they tuck them in. Interesting image. Maybe like a bird. You create a nest for this person, perhaps. But this tendency that you could have to help someone nest or create a nest for them, overextend your care and kindness and generosity to a place where it's actually damaging to you, that could also be coming from your own abandonment wound. Okay? And that wound is one in which you were only shown love or care based on how much love and care you could provide. Okay, so when you were emotionally there for someone, you were rewarded with love or attention or time. When you gave all of your resources and all of your energy, that's when you experienced that love. But as soon as you held back and kept something for yourself, or didn't entertain other people's drama, emotions, etc., you weren't the person, you weren't the rock for someone, that's when they abandoned you and pulled back, took their love away. That's for someone, and that's part of the reason why you're so generous, sometimes to your own detriment, because you feel like if you don't do that for someone, then they'll just leave you. Okay, that's deep. I know it's psychological, but that's for someone to consider. And if it's not clicking with you, just don't take it. But the main message here is that someone else's problem is becoming your problem. And you've made a vow to your sacred feminine energy that you will protect it. And so Spirit's reminding you of that vow that you made to yourself. Could have been long ago, could have been yesterday. But you said to yourself, I'm going to protect that energy of mine that is soft, that is caring, that is wise, that is intuitive, that is creative, and not let other people drag me into their cycles or to their issues. You said to yourself, I'm not going to let other people drag me into a lack matrix. I'm going to stay in my abundance matrix, in my light matrix, where I find peace and freedom and joy. And now there's something happening where Spirit's wanting you to remember this vow that you made to yourself. Okay, Taurus? So let's pull out some oracle cards here and see what else is going on. I also feel like with meditate and ancestor, Spirit wants you to perhaps consider the ways in which your ancestors or people in your family gave away their sacred feminine energy to their detriment, so that you can recognize the cycle and break the cycle. Okay? Let's see. Yeah, the Lovers. The decision is yours about where you want to spend your time and energy. And if you have a fear, if there's any thought in your mind that says, well, if I don't be there for this person, if I don't work for this person, if I don't help this person, if I don't do A, B, C, D for this person, then they're going to leave me, then that's a red flag. That needs to be looked at. That's not a healthy relationship. It's not a caring, mutual, loving relationship. Or maybe that person, that situation wouldn't leave you and you're just anticipating that. And it's not even real. So you're overgiving when you don't even need to. You know what I'm saying? So let's see, Taurus. I want to see more about this person. This person could be struggling with something to do with their house or stability, or maybe they're having some kind of breakup thing go on. We have the 8 of Sticks and the 9 of Swords. Like, all of their energy is like anxiety. That's where they're funneling all of their energy. Fear, anxiety, chaos. Okay? Yeah, and it's affecting you. It's affecting your legacy. It's affecting your stability. It's affecting your sense of self, your sense of transformation and movement. I feel like it's actually making you feel stagnant. It's almost like this person's going through something so chaotic or so anxiety producing that you are like grounding yourself so deeply to provide some sense of stability for this energy. But that grounding is like starting to make you feel stuck and stagnant. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you're being so solid just because another isn't, but that solidity that you have is like rigid, and you're meant to free yourself up for movement and flow. But it almost feels like you wouldn't be like, it almost feels like you can't do that for yourself because of what someone else is going through. We have the Wheel of Fortune for your overall energy. Things want to change for you. Okay, I feel like this is an old cycle. Maybe with a different person or a different situation, but I feel like you've already been through this before. You've learned from this. 7 of Sticks. Yeah, it's like you promised yourself that you wouldn't do this again. Okay? What you need to defend is not this person. I'm hearing against the universe. Maybe this person feels like the world's against them and you're trying to show them that it's not, but it's taking up so much of your time because they're not listening. Okay? What you're meant to do is to defend your fortune, your fate, your change of events into the new, your ability to manifest and create a new cycle. That's what you're meant to protect and defend. We have 9 of Cups for what you don't see coming. This is some kind of wish that you're receiving. Let's see. The Sun. Taurus. Wow. Like you're right there. I mean, you're already there. You're not even right there. You're already there. You're already in a place of abundance. You're already what? The Magician. The the Sun and the Magician, you already have like demonstrated your abilities to yourself. You've already done the damn thing. You've already gone over the hurdle. You've already done it all. And what you don't see coming is you can have more. 15-15. Interesting. You can have more. Like, abundance is your fate. I know, it could sound hyperbolic, this reading. I get it. But, like, no, really, look at these cards. The Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Cups, the Sun, and the Magician. Sacred Feminine, the Vow, Protected Heart. Like, whoa. This is good stuff. Maybe you don't even know what to do with all of this. Positive energy, this abundance that's coming in for you, this flow you're in. Like, you've been through this shit. And now you're on the other side. And this is why you could feel like, okay, I'm on the other side and I went through all that. So I have the tools. I can help this person. And you're not wrong. You can help this person. And it's not like Spirit is saying not to. It's just don't absorb their energy. Don't make their challenge become yours, because their challenge is pretty weighty. It will slow your progress here. So I'm going to get to advice in a second, but let's keep going. Your opportunity is the 10 of Sticks. The burden. Which reminds me of a song, actually. I want to pull it up because I think it's relevant. I've been kind of listening to it on repeat. The song's called Burden, As I Lay Dying. It's a metal band. I'm going to look at the lyrics for a second. Release this burden. I'm far from perfect, but what I gave you was a gift. Expecting so little, I never cared if you came or left. Moving on. No one will ever live in our shoes, and no one will ever know the full truth, so I choose to let the music itself speak volumes about you. Nothing but dead weight, seeing the world, all expenses paid. And now I've carried the weight of your burden long enough. And I listen as you fabricate till the truth just fades away, but it's you that starts to fade. Okay, you can read the rest of the lyrics if you feel called to it. But I feel like Spirit is saying you have the opportunity to let this burden fade. This burden of having to carry someone else's weight. Look, it even says here, I've carried the weight of your burden long enough. And then acknowledging that doing so would be carrying dead weight, like it's not going to do anything for you. This person, this situation, whatever it is, needs to figure things out for themselves. And if this is love, you want an equal partner. And because you've been through such heavy things, you're going to have to, well, it would only be right if you were with somebody who could also handle heavy things, just as you are able to handle those. Okay? And this is the time for this person to handle those heavy things. And if they can, and if they do, then you will be on equal playing field. But as it stands right now, you coming in and saving them or helping them or whatever you're doing would be a serious compromise to your sacred feminine energy. Because you'd be stepping into a masculine energy of trying to fix, of trying to protect, of trying to create some kind of container for this energy, trying to defend them, whatever it is you're doing over here. Provide. Okay? And that's not the way it's supposed to go here for you. I'm reading the line here. I sadly witnessed your intellect wilt. You hardly wrote a note. Maybe this person is having a hard, like they're just throwing it on you to take care of something. Okay, so the challenge here is Queen of Cups. Of course, this would be the challenge. This is your big heart. This is your caretaking aspect. This is also your intuition. Perhaps intuitively you know the solution. But just because you know the solution, it doesn't mean that you can make this person see it. You know, you can lead a horse to water. So the challenge is like knowing the solution, seeing the potential, understanding how this person could help themselves or how the whole situation can resolve itself. It's like you have that higher perspective, but you're expending too much energy trying to make that happen when there's clearly resistance here. Resistance from this person, or maybe it's just like karmic resistance, like in the energy. It's not meant to go that way in this case. Even if you know that if this happened, then everything would be good, the universe is like, well, that's not supposed to happen for this person at this time. And you're trying to force it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, step back and let the universe do its thing. Let spirit do its thing here. Your advice, we have Judgment. This is a little bit of a warning. On one hand, Spirit's saying you've awakened. We already know that. We talked about that. The Sun, the Magician, 9 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? Like you've realized how you can manifest the life that you want for yourself. But as a warning, this card is saying, careful of what you resurrect. What vows have you decided to step away from? And what vows do you want to keep? Because there's a cycle that could come back around if you overgive. Ten of Swords. A painful ending. You don't want to go through that again, right? So tell me, what can Taurus do here? What's the advice on a mundane, practical level, Spirit? King of Pentacles in reverse and the Daughter of Swords. Ooh, and the Ace of Swords. This is really to step back, withdraw your energy a little bit, put your energy where it needs to go for your own growth, okay? And watch what happens. I'm not saying you're doing this, but it's coming to mind, so I'll just say it. It's this energy kind of reminds me of, you know, when you have like a helicopter parent or an overprotective parent and their child has like gotten themselves into some jam or they're failing some class or something's going on with them. And it's like the parent comes in and bails them out. And then what that child learns is not how to overcome an obstacle or how to take accountability or whatever it is that they're meant to actually learn. Instead, they just learn that someone will always come in and save them. And so that they can wallow in a state of anxiety all they want because they don't ever have to do anything about it. Someone always comes in and saves the day. That's what the energy reminds me of. So remember, if you overgive, you're just teaching that person that they don't ever have to learn the lesson for themselves, that somebody will always take the test for them. Okay? Yeah, it's like the teacher taking the test for the student. That doesn't help the student. Now, this person knows things and is better at things, some things, than you are. Okay? They're also a teacher for you. And this is part of your lesson. They're teaching you about when to help and when not to help. And so don't expect them to come in and take your test either. Don't expect them to come to you and say, oh, Taurus, I got this. You know what? Thank you for all your help. You know, I'm really listening to what you're saying and now I understand. Or like, you've put in too much work, Taurus. It's okay. No more. No, this person's not going to do that. They're not going to take your test for you. This person is going to probably keep putting that weight on you in one way or another, because this is your lesson to learn to say, no, you're encroaching on my divine feminine energy, and this is not what I promised myself I was going to do. I'm going to protect myself and my heart, unlocking my heart chakra. I will be generous where I feel it's appropriate, but I can also say no. Okay, so the outcome in the next 3 months is the 6 of Pentacles. This is beautiful. This is lesson learned. This is equal give and take. Maybe you do decide to help someone, but you ask them for something back, so it becomes equal. Okay, or maybe you take a hands-off approach, and that becomes equal give and take. But this is really beautiful, Taurus, because it's telling me that you're actually honoring what's significant and important to you. You've planted a seed a long time ago, and you're meant to tend to that garden, water that garden, not be over in someone else's garden pulling out their weeds while your flowers wilt. That's not the way. I'm going to pull out an oracle card to close this reading out, but I am going to go into an extended. In the extended, I go a layer deeper into this message. The link for that is in the description box below. But if you don't want to come along to that, or you can't, then just trust that you received all the guidance you need right here. So let's get a closing message for Taurus Spirit. Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation, 15. There's that 15. Yes, because this is making you feel stagnant. Dust Devil. And I just said in the other, I'm a Taurus too, and I just said in the other reading that I like sweeping in the collective reading. So I feel like this is Spirit saying, all right, Taurus, get that sweeping hobby of yours out and sweep away this energy that is creating dirt and a mess in your life in some way. Trust the process, moving out of stagnation. The presence of the Dust Devil causes a ruckus. Some people are afraid of his chaotic nature, believing that he comes to intentionally stir things up. The truth is, you can't expect this dream ally to behave, to bring niceness, to be clean. His power is the mess he creates as he calls for you to engage in the full cyclone of life. He represents 2 aspects to you now. The winds in your outer life appearing to throw you off course, where you assume the world is coming at or happening to you, and the winds that churn inside you. With the Dust Devil arising from your dreamscape to help you escape your invisible chains shackling you to a barren desert. Stop asking for things to be perfect. Awkward, messy, conflicted, exuberant, and wild is how you shift. Trust the process. The Dust Devil knows what you need when you need it. Once things settle, you will see the gleaming jewels awaiting your discovery, the wisdom awaiting integration. And I feel like this message is saying, stop trying to clean up someone else's karmic mess. Let that be chaotic. Let that be messy. Let it unfold as it should, and you tend to your own energy in your own life. All right, Taurus, that's what I have for you. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.